Do you think it's replicable? Could what you're doing be done elsewhere in the way that you're doing it,
Yeah.
with the values that you have and the vision that you've had for this, that you've really manifested? Is this doable elsewhere?
Great question. Thanks for asking. So
Have an ex-
I don't think so. I really believe a place at the table works here. Is the pay what you can model replicable? Absolutely. Is a lot of the things we do, core values, different tools that we've used, replicable? 100%. But is a place at the table going to go franchise, or are we going to go open another one somewhere? Probably not, because we really believe that this came out of this community. We spent 4 years building what we have here, and it is beautiful. And so to go do it somewhere else would feel like we could maybe do it, but would it last? Would it be authentic to that community? Every community is different. So what we say is let us help you. So I talked to a group in Indiana 2 days ago. There's a group in Greensboro, North Carolina. There's a group in Durham. There's a group in Wake Forest. There's a group in New York. So we talk to a lot of these groups that want to do this. We will help you. We'll give you all the tools that we started out with. But unfortunately, we don't think it's like replicating a place at the table. We want to make your process easier. So here's our budgets. Here's the person we use for branding. But we think we can help you and walk alongside you in it, but it's not a place at the table. It's whatever works for your community. These come out of community.
Yeah, I appreciate you sharing what you just shared, because I'm not an expert, but I've worked with a lot of leaders for a long time, in lots of different fields and industries. And I would probably agree with you. What you are doing in Raleigh, and I would encourage everybody listening to this, if you're live in Raleigh, live in this area, or visiting Raleigh, go get a great meal at a place at the table and meet some great people. But I would say the way you're doing it there is not replicable.
Yeah.
I would be inclined to agree with you. And I don't want to embarrass you, but I think my assessment of why it's not is because people like you don't grow on trees.
You're embarrassing
and so when you talk, well, I know it could have, but I think you are probably the secret sauce in this, because I'm so struck by the story you told, when I asked you at the outset of our conversation about, tell me how this started. You're at NC State, you have not in the restaurant industry and blah, blah, blah. And what you talked about for probably 10 minutes was all the people you engaged in this. And, you went out and found an expert on accounting. You went out and found an expert on this, on that, on the other thing, this other restaurateur, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to ask you to just kind of self-observe for a minute. What do you think you did back then that you still do today, obviously, that enrolls people in a vision like that? What are you doing that maybe is unique that others need to think about, that also have a vision, but haven't executed the vision to the degree that you've executed yours?
Yeah, that's so good. Thank you for that question. I've never gotten that question. And I love it. I think that I always tell younger, or any leader, not even younger leaders, any leader, is ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. If they say no, ask again later. And keep asking. Like, what do you have to lose? I think it's also like knowing that you are not, like, we don't have to be good at everything. It is okay to ask for help. It's okay to really like hone in on what you're good at, and then let other people come in and hone in on what they're good at, and allow them to do it. And so I think entrepreneurs specifically, not calling entrepreneurs out or anything, but I think a lot of us, I think it's human nature to want to be good at everything, to want to do it all. God did not design us to be able to do it all. That's why there's so many different types of humans in this world. And so I think that, we have to be okay with knowing where our strengths are, letting other people help us and pull their strengths in, not being afraid to ask those people for help. Letting them like walk in this journey with you. I think the other thing that I have really realized over the years is that I'm a big community advocate. Like, I'm a community fan. Community is my number one word. I speak about it all the time. Community. Life is better in community. I think we have to do things alone. We don't. So life is better in community. It's way more fun in community. And so what makes a community? Lots of different people. So I think like really pulling the community in and realizing, finding where people's strengths are, and where they can take part, and asking them to take part in it, has been something that has really made the place at table process come to life and work every single day. Um, and letting people do it, and getting yourself out of the way, knowing when to get yourself out of the way. I really believe, like, and I've always said this, that like I am not good at a lot, but I am good at loving people, and I feel like that was a gift that I was given when I was born. Is like I just want to love people and make them feel valued and make them feel heard and make them feel like they have a place, because they do. Everyone has a place, and everyone should feel heard and seen and loved and cared for. And so I think that if I can do that, help people figure out where their strengths are, and then get out of the way, then it's probably the most beautiful thing we can do in this world.
Okay. I thought I was done asking questions, but I've got at least two more. And the
Oh,
first,
love it. Love it. Bring it on.
The first one is a follow-up to what you just said. I'm good at loving people. And you said a little bit about what it means to love people. Unpack that a little bit more.
Yeah.
What are the 4 or 5 things that look like being good at loving people?
Yeah, just, I mean, as I said earlier, like the empathy piece is just like walking with people, walking alongside them. I think, I, especially folks in our community, and how I got into this work is, when I was working at the day shelter, is I wasn't like there to like solve their problem. I wasn't trying to get them into housing or help them, figure out where to go get clothes. I mean, sure, I was willing to do that, but I was more just like loving them and treating them as human, and seeing who they were, and seeing, and hearing their hopes and their dreams and their past lives and their children's lives. And I think it's just seeing people. We all want to be seen. And I think when we see each other, we realize that we're a lot more human and a lot more similar than we think. I think, society, we all know this, society tells us that there's like a us versus them mentality. And like, what if we just all saw each other as humans that are all just trying to do the next right thing and make it in this really scary, weird world? So I think it's just the empathy. It's just seeing people for who they are and not judging.